Hey, what's up guys? Today we are going to create this cool accordion component in Figma, and we'll be creating a dynamic nested component where we can change the content of the accordion very quickly. So yep, let's jump into the video and get started with it. Well, before that, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because that will motivate me, and don't forget to hit that bell icon because that will give you the notifications for all our future uploads, and in a way that will help you to quickly catch up with us. So yeah, let's start with this. So let's start with creating a frame for our accordion. So I'll just randomly create a frame, probably let's say 100 pixels by 50 pixels. Okay, and then let's have some corner radius, maybe 5, and then let's add a stroke to this. It is your choice, how do you want to create this. So first we'll be creating the collapsed version of the navbar, and then we would be creating the expanded version of the navbar, and definitely it is going to be a component. So first of all, let's rename this as, let's say, accordion, and then collapsed. Okay, now let's add this icon, instance of this icon. This is a simple icon component, nothing fancy, just a down arrow, right? And then let's add some text here, heading, and as this is a heading, let's make it bold and probably 18 pixels. Okay, and now let's convert this into an auto layout. So let's have spacing of as we are using 5 as base, then let's probably give it 15. Okay, and then the padding around both sides, let's have it somewhere around 15. Okay, looks good. Now we need to make sure that we have a center align auto layout. Yes, it is a center aligned auto layout. Let's expand this a little bit so that our heading can be accommodated in this. And then if we want, we can have a minimum width as well, to make sure that let's say if we want to design components for multiple screens, for example mobile, tablet and desktop, in that case we can have our components with a minimum width, and then we can use field container wherever we want to use them in the larger screens, right? So let's not get into that much of details for now. Let's just simply create the expanded version of the accordion. So I'll just duplicate this same frame and I'll call this as accordion expanded. Okay, and now we need to basically add first of all, we need to create one more internal auto layout as well. So let's have internal auto layout, and let's call it as heading, and then I'll delete this. I'll then duplicate this with the modifications which we made, and now let's call this as expanded. Okay, and now let's probably scale this a little bit and make sure you have center top alignment. We can change this in this other version as well, in the collapsed state. Let's turn the icon to 180 degrees, so that would be an close, and this is going to be an open. So on click of this, we would change the state of the component to this, and okay, so now here is the trick where we are going to create one more nested frame, and let's say let's have something like this. Let's give it a field container and the field container here as well, and let's have some color for now. Probably I'll just have a little bit darker color just for your reference. Okay, so this is going to be our content frame. Content. Now the trick is first let's have some corner radius here as well, so we have those nice clean corner borders. So let's convert this into a component. great. And let's sorry, not like this. Let me just undo this, and I'll select both of them. I'll click on this drop down arrow on the component button, and then we'll create a component set out of this. So now this will create a accordion component, and with two states, or two properties in it. So you can say expanded and collapsed. Okay, great. Now the this is the basic component is ready, but you would be seeing we will need different content at different pages. So how we can make this component a dynamic or a versatile component, that same component can be reused everywhere without dealing with a lot of hassles. So what we are going to do, we are going to make this content as let me just copy this rectangle. Okay, and let's give it a name, underscore accordion sample content. Okay, now I'll add auto layout to this as well, probably a down arrow. Let me see if I have any card here where I can just copy the content. Yes, I'll just copy this dummy content here, and let it be hug content. We can change it when we merge it in the other component. So let it be as it is for now. And you may also think of having wrap if you are going to have responsive layouts, but let's keep this as is for now, and let's convert this into a component. Now you'd be seeing why we have this underscore before the component name. So it is very important. When you use underscores before component name, it creates a private component and it is not published with your design library. So I'll just create a private component here. You can say it as a local component as well. Okay, and now I'll go here and I'll probably create an instance of this first. I'll cut this, I'll go here, and I'll replace this content with the component which we have created. Now I'll make this as field container. So this will basically fit in the available sizes here, and instead of fixed height here, we will be having hug content. So I will add auto layout to this as well, just to make sure that we have a proper view of our component. Now you can see now you'd be seeing why do we need this nested component here. So now I'll give you a trick. Oops, sorry. So wherever I want to use this this accordion, I can simply use this accordion, and I can go to the expanded state. Now you can see it is using the same content what we have in the component. But now here's the trick. Let me create a separate component. So let's assume you are using this component in a different file where you have published this library, and you want to swap the content of the accordion. So in that case, what we can do is we can simply create a local component again, and what we had 5, yes, and then let's say confirmation. Oops, sorry, I missed the underscore confirmation accordion, and then you can have a whatever content you want in this. Probably I'll just for sake of the example, I'll just create a couple of rectangles with some colors. Okay, and I'll be having something like this. I'll duplicate this, and maybe or let's use something in the same shade. Okay, and I'll make this as a component. So this is going to be my local component, and when I select this this accordion sample content component, I can basically swap that with any other components that could be local or published in your design library. So now you can see our local component is here, or the private component is here, confirmation accordion, and with this basically I'll just change them to field container, so that would be basically fitting to the accordion. And now you can change the states of the accordion. Now let's quickly complete the interactions between these. So for the interactions, let's select the collapse state of the accordion in the parent component, and let's create a quick interaction from here to here, and then from I'll not use the entire component. Mostly I'll use this internal section just to make sure that my content remains clickable within the accordion as well. Okay, so this is going to be a change to, and from let's change the property here with state, just to have a proper naming convention for the components. And let's add this in a frame for the testing purpose. I'll just simply create a test frame, and I'll select this, and I'll present this in the preview. Let me just scale it up a little bit. Oops. I guess it opened the again Figma glitch. It happens a lot of time, at least with me. I'm not sure why. It sometimes doesn't update the things properly. It is still doing the same. Let's see why it is doing like that. Let's try to investigate. It is saying change to expanded, and that's correct. And let's see what do we have in the expanded state. Yes, we have the proper content in the expanded as well. Let's try. Okay, we have this also the correct okay, now it is updated. That is a simple Figma glitch, so pardon for that, but yeah, it happens a lot of time, and especially when I'm recording the tutorials. But yeah, extremely apologies. So yeah, now we have this nice and simple accordion ready, and let's just add one more thing here. For this heading, I'll select both of them again in my parent component, and I'll add a property so that I can change the heading text as well on the fly when I'm using components in from the properties panel itself. So let's head to the text section. Let's click on this create text property, and let's call it as heading, and let's create a property. Now you can see when I select my component, I can see the state as well as the heading of the accordion, and I can change this to simple accordion component. Okay, and now my heading is updated here, and I don't have to do it in both states because we are using the same property, so that will do the job for us. Let's quickly test this again, right? Again same glitch, but yeah, I can't do anything here with this. But yeah, now you have understood how to create these cool simple accordion components. So yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button on the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, because that will help us to understand if this was really useful for you. And if you have any other tips, suggestions, or any other tricks which you want to share with the fellow designers, feel free to add them in the comments, because that will help everyone to learn together, to grow together, and create awesome experiences for the users. And that should be our end goal, because we are UI UX designers. So yeah, till the next video, keep watching, keep learning, keep designing.